Welcome back, Bravehearts. I'm Dr. Darrell Wolf, and this is the BHN Powerpack Show. This is where we bring practitioners on from all around the world. Now, why would we do that? Well, first of all, I truly believe that our BHN Powerpack practitioners are getting, and this is not me, this is our patients, this is the science, and this is what we found, that we are getting miraculous results, amazing results. People would call them miracles, and they're not miracles. The problem is that the majority of the population does not know the power that they hold inside. They do not know that everything is about frequency, electricity, and light. And that's what we are, light, energy, electrical, magnetic beings. You've heard me talk about this many times. And you need to understand, well, you don't need to understand, you might want to understand, that have an inner standing about yourself and that you have unlimited potential when you have created belief systems that are limitless. When you have belief systems that limit you, okay, whether it be a religious belief or some ritual that your family, some family curse, or just some limited belief, whether it's from the medical system, the government, or any other system that says they want to control you, like the FDA, like any of those systems. There is no system out there that isn't corrupt. It's all the way through. And that means that we get corrupted. But if you could actually understand that they fear us if we actually embrace unconditional love and care, and that we are light, energy, electrical, magnetic beings, and that all disease is caused because of lack of light and lack of electricity. Well, that's what energy is. If you really did the science, you would understand that. And that's why we choose, one second, Carla, I need the slides changed here. Put them to a place. And also, while you guys are doing that, please make it that the slides can be changed. Everyone, if you have questions, we will answer them. And I'm on TikTok right now. Okay, Doc of Detox. I'm on X, which was known as Twitter. I'm on YouTube. Okay. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Telegram, and I'm on Rumble. So we're on 6 different platforms. But Instagram, you won't be able to send your questions in because we haven't been able to get you on Restream yet. And if anybody knows how to do that, we would love to see it. But we haven't been able to get you on there. And we really would love to. So just know we didn't push you out. But we are high vibrational frequency beings when we have an inner standing, okay, of what our true potential is. So what we do, okay, is we do BHN Powerpack Healing, where we use a cardio med bed and a cellsonic. Now, before I go any further, I want to tell you a story. There is a gentleman, okay, that I worked with, and his wife, I was talking to her this morning. They're from the United States. Anyways, he just had his second heart attack. Now, this gentleman is a beautiful human being. I know him personally. He has a beautiful heart, beautiful soul, and I think he still, takes things a little bit too emotional. When you see a person and you can see that their upper abdomen is sticking out, their upper abdomen, that's usually gas, and that puts pressure, and you can see the extension up high. Okay, that will put pressure on the heart. But his wife said he's been eating a lot better. But to eat a lot better doesn't mean you're eating healthy. Because the majority of the population has an autoimmune disease, which means they've been attacking themselves on an unconscious level. People aren't trying to kill themselves consciously, but on an unconscious level, they're doing a great job. Most people only have like a 4-inch actual conscious level when it comes to food. They don't understand the next 30 feet is going to be a highway to hell. Now, understand this, that when he had this heart attack, he's in the hospital right now. If they are feeding him hospital food right now, he's in big trouble. All the chemical poisoning, all the cooked food, because when you had a heart attack, remember, that's a lot of inflammation, okay? And now it's going to create scar tissue formation, and with a lot of inflammation, you're going to get calcification. Now, they say that they're going to go in and clean out because he has 2 stents, and in between the stents is where the plaque built. When you've got stents, it's like having a sliver in your body. It creates infection, pus, scar tissue, okay, inflammation, calcification. It causes it all if the sliver were to stay there. The 2 stents are actually foreign objects in the heart. They're always going to be creating irritation, which is inflammation. So what this gentleman would want to do right now is only be on organic juices. You would only want to be on water with Beyond Ormus minerals, because you need all the minerals you can get to help to alkaline the area. And Beyond Ormus minerals has the biggest electrical charge, most electrical charge of any minerals on the planet. I don't mind being challenged on this. He also needs to be on 2 curcumin cayenne per hour right now. Okay, why? Because curcumin cayenne brings down the inflammation and will reduce the scar tissue formation and the calcification, and it'll start cleaning out his arteries. If this gentleman were not to actually, and I'm not telling him not to, I don't tell anybody what to do, but if this gentleman were to get on 2 curcumin cayenne per hour or even 3, okay, he might feel a little bit of acid because we know he's already full of acid. We already know that things have been bothering him in his stomach. He's had stomach problems, and if he were to talk to him, I were to talk to nobody told me, but he has. If you have stomach problems, you're going to have heart problems. And the reality is the acidity that he's built up is not the acidity of the hydrochloric acid, because when you become acidic, your hydrochloric acid, okay, actually gets weaker. So there's 2 different things here. Your digestion. So when you're emotional a lot, when you let things bother you, okay, remember something, the heart doesn't get cancer, but gets heart disease, because the heart is the recorder of all your relationships, especially with yourself and everyone else. So you can actually even eat a really great diet and you can have a heart problem because it is the emotional love recorder. So the reality is this, okay, and blood type A people, they'll even have more heart problems, and but that's another different story. So if we were to get this gentleman here to drink 1 quart of water a day, 1 quart right now, and if not 1 quart of water, 3 quarts of structured water, okay, that actually was enhanced, okay, with the Power Cell, which is a device that we sell on our website that enhances the hydrogen and the electrical current, and actually, okay, puts on as much light in as any device could. The sunlight, it also has the frequencies of the sun, the frequencies of the earth, and the earth frequencies have changed, and people don't know that. Okay, so we get all that into them, and we use a structure water unit to structure to get the hydration right through the roof. And then we don't let him do any cooked food. We do not let him do any table salt, but he could do real salt, which is a balanced salt, and he should be doing juicing, and he should be doing blender drinks, and he should also be doing SAWN formula, which is amino acids, to build his energy up, because that's the only way you can heal. So he needs that. He also needs the Perfect Day Multi, three times a day. There's 150 different nutrients in there. And he should also be, even if he didn't want to do the Critical Care Thunder Shrooms, he should do the Vital Care, and he should be doing 2 of those 4 times a day, because they build up the immune system faster than anything else. The curcumin cayenne brings down the inflammation faster than anything else and cheaper, okay? And then the Beyond Ormus minerals give him 92 different trace minerals with a high electrical charge, and that's called electrolytes, and that's what actually makes the heart work, okay? So that's the reality, but the biggest thing is if he opens his mouth, he needs to put in high vibrational liquid and high vibrational food, and it needs to be plant-based, and he should be working with the salads and the blender drinks and the fruits and nothing else. Remember, the more energy that it takes for somebody that had a heart attack or a stroke, the more energy you're pulling away from the healing, and the more putrefaction, inflammation you're going to have in the body when you're already inflamed. If a dog gets sick, it might eat grass, but it will not eat anything else. Okay? When a human gets sick, everybody wants to spoil the human, okay, with food. Okay? And this is a big problem. And seeing that they don't even serve real food in the hospital, what's that going to do to somebody who just had his second heart attack that's got plaque in between the two stents? So the reality is, oh yeah, let's clean them out. But it wasn't through lack of surgery that we had that problem anyways. Now, you can believe this or not, but I have what's called a cardio med bed. That's that right there. We actually had a gentleman come to us. This gentleman had 2 stents in their heart, similar to this case. And the reality is, he said, look, I need to get work. And I said, well, I will do it, but I will only put you on as light as possible. And I would never, ever, unless the stent was like wrapped with scar tissue, embedded in the tissue, you're not going to blow a stent out. Not with a cardio bed. But I wouldn't do it on somebody who just got their stents put in until a little bit of the calcification, scar tissue formation is actually holding that in there. But the reality is we started off with this gentleman, and we started off at the lowest, and we only did 5 minutes. We said, how do you feel? Oh, I don't feel anything. I feel great. Next day, we did 15 minutes. How do you feel? Oh, my God, I feel even better. So the next day, we stayed at a very low level. We took his blood pressure. We did everything. We monitored his heart. And the reality is that we were working on this gentleman, and we were doing actually an hour a day. And understand something. It changed his whole life. So I'm not telling you that if you've got stents in your heart, you come to us. I'm trying to tell you, and this is what everybody needs to get. This gentleman's not going to come here. He's in the hospital, and everything's a panic and everything's a fear. And if you didn't know how to look after yourself, then you better get surgery. All I can say is thank God for the drugs and the surgery for the majority of the population that has been programmed to believe they need drugs and surgery. Because if you believe you need it, you should go get it. And the reality is, if you don't believe in the body's healing power and you don't believe in me, don't ever come to me. Don't come to me. And the reality is, we'll never ever have you do anything that's dangerous. We do nothing that's dangerous. The reality is, we're not going to tell somebody that we can work on them with the cardio med bed. I was a gentleman I worked on the gentleman. We took it and we tippy-toed. We saw the difference in his circulation. We saw that his gray face went away after the 3rd treatment. And the grayness didn't come back. We saw all this. We know that the only reason why I can buy these cardio med beds and then resell them to my practitioners at $35,000 when they cost $250,000 is because they're just sitting in hospitals getting dusty, because the cardiologists in the hospitals went on strike and they actually said, the beds go or we go. This is a true story. You know what? Understand something right now. I belong to no organization, and I never will. And the reality is nobody's going to tell me what to do, okay, or how to do it. And there's no government agency above me. I have my doctorate, okay, in my doctorate in indigenous medicine. I've been adopted by the Taino tribe, so even if they tried to drag me into court, it wouldn't stand in court because they'd have to prove that I actually hurt someone. If you don't believe me, that the world's a little messed up. A year and a half ago, there was a show on, and with the help of the United States and Canada together, you know, they did this show to try to show that 3 people died under my care, which is not true. These 3 people weren't even under my care. These 3 people didn't even know how to care for themselves. And the reality is that any really good practitioner that deals with whole plant-based keto diet, anyone that has like a cardio med bed or a Cellsonic or does Wolf non-surgical is a threat to corporations, not a threat to humankind, not a threat to helping to turn people around. And we're not out to tell you that you need to embrace us. I mean, like I said, 5% of the population will come on and listen to us. The other 95% will say that we don't know what we're talking about. We're not real doctors. Well, no, we're not real medical doctors. I would never want to be a medical doctor because they're not doctors. They're physicians, they're surgeons. I'm not putting them down because there's times when we need surgery and there's times when people need drugs. But it's not like you think. The reality is here, if I could give you perfect circulation with a cardio med bed, even if you had a 92% blockage, you're already booked for surgery and you've got to go for heart surgery as soon as they can get you in, and it might be 6 weeks from now. I need you to come 35 to 37 hours on a cardio med bed and then put you on a perfect day plan and then do non-surgical around the heart area to release all that scar tissue, just lovingly release it. Get you on Merigen to get the calcium back in your bones. Use Cellsonic to bring back the electrical charge right down to the mitochondria to decalcify the mitochondria so that you can make the ATP you used to make before you called yourself a disease. And a disease is just scar tissue and calcification, okay? And it's the calcification around the mitochondria that stops it from spinning 2,500 times to make the ATP, to give you the energy to make you feel like life is worth living and wow, I love it. So the reality is here is that we can do non-surgical and we don't need this equipment to still be the best body work in the world and give you a money-back guarantee that on your first treatment, doesn't matter what your situation is, we will prove to you it's a scar tissue issue. We will prove to you by pulling it apart and allowing the light, the energy, the frequency, the blood flow, the lymph flow to come back in. We can turn your scar tissue back into beautiful connective tissue, flexibility and strength and elasticity. But the reality is this, when you start using the highest frequencies in the world, this is more stronger than any Rife, any PMF, any infrared, I don't care. You could name the equipment to me. It's still not going to do what a Cellsonic regeneration device is going to do. And then we know that the cardio med bed, 1 hour of that is more powerful than any other exercise you can possibly have. Did you know that? That you just have to lay there and you've exercised your whole body and you'll get into amazing shape. It'll get rid of cellulite, it'll get rid of fat, okay? It'll get rid of stiff joints. It'll get rid of neuropathy. It'll get rid of prostate problems, okay? All right, it'll get rid of impotence, all right? You will, just by going on the cardio med bed, you'll have better breathing problems. And then if you had bad breathing problems and you did the non-surgical here and you opened up the ribs and you did the Cellsonic and you electrified and you brought the mitochondria back and you changed the scar tissue that was in between the intercostal muscles and wrapping around your lungs that were keeping your lungs suppressed, and now we open them. And then we use the cardio med bed to open up your circulation. And then also using an Avicin for the microcirculation while you're on the bed, getting the cardio med bed, and it's looking after the arteries, and it's looking after the veins, and it's looking after the heart. We do the Avicin and we look after the microcirculation, which is 67% of your body, 74, my apologies, 74% of your body, and we're doing that as well, and we're using the Bioptron light. And listen, most clinics, Powerpack clinics, have these things. We can make miracles happen. But you need to go home and you need to know how to create a perfect day. And this is why you can download the PDG free guide, pdgfree.com. Go in here and then I would like you to read it, whether you're a medical doctor, naturopath, or whatever you are, and then call me up and then tell me that you would like to challenge me or have a nice debate and come on and tell me where you think I'm wrong. I've been asking for this for a long time, and I'm not trying to start trouble. I'm trying to tell you that every victim out there needs to become their own Braveheart. Every patient needs to become their own practitioner. If you want to continually get treated, you're going to get mistreated. You need to go to somebody who's going to teach you how to have the perfect day from the moment you rise until you close your eyes. That's the deal. That's what we're trying to do here. There's not one person coming on today that wants you to continually come to them forever. Because guess what? If you're coming to somebody forever, then that means they're forever not working. They're not empowering you. But understand this, 95% of the population just wants to be treated because they can't find the beliefs, the courage, the faith, because it's been robbed from them, because we've been programmed to believe that we are the virus. that we are limited with our healing. We are not. We know how to bring the thunder down. If you want to heal, you're going to heal. If you want to be treated, if you're a victim, if you need attention because you're not getting it from your wife, your husband, the world, okay? Getting sick and staying there is one of the best ways. And the world will keep you sick. It'll keep you sick. And understand that. I'm going to tell you something right now. Why don't you go back and do some statistical work and go back to 1900 and you'll find out that there were only 2 to 3 autoimmune diseases. There are now 145 to 50, and they're growing. Remember something, you do have the power to heal. And you need to understand that. It's got to be made very clear to you. Chalu, what do you think?
Oh, Daryl, I think you're right on the money there. We've done the Cellsonic. I mean, Kathy and I, we take the road trips and even in our clinics, but, it's on the road trips that you end up doing so many patients back to back to back that it's amazing to see just how quickly people can get out of pain. Just a couple weekends ago when we were in Montreal, there was a lady that couldn't lift her arm up, like barely, not even, forget it, like it was about 45 degrees. She couldn't even bring it up like this. And, she was very skeptical. And when we shared how the technology works and that there's zero negative side effects, like you've got nothing to lose, right? And so by the end of the lecture of us explaining how it works, she was like, all right, I have a frozen shoulder. Let's see what we can do. And we did about 600 pulses all in here. And she couldn't believe it. She got off the table and wow, like her arms, she kept all the way up here, the whole lunch hour. She kept moving it up because she could not believe how quickly she was out of pain. Couldn't believe it. Then we went on to, another client who had a lot of lower back pain. And so, I always do a little non-surgical first to map out the area, to figure out, okay, where exactly is the scar tissue and all of that. And once I figured that out, then we did the Cellsonic, and a few minutes later, she got up and she goes, okay, all right. And then she did a squat, like she was leaning against the wall, and she squat down watching while I was working on her friend. And when she went to get up, she could not believe that she could get up so easy and no pain. She was like, oh my God, like that would have taken me so much longer. Other people with just knee injuries, scar tissue around the knees, the elbows, within seconds, it's done. But then at the same time, you'll get a person that comes in and they're in pain and you work on them and they'll get off and they'll go, okay, yeah, but it takes time. And every time I get a client that goes, yeah, it feels better, but it takes time. The next day when I check in, guess what? Oh, the pain is back. And that's the interesting psychology of us, isn't it? Where we can either choose our healing and own it and step into it. And when we feel good, just stay in that place of feeling good, or we can go to that place of doubt and go, oh, well, I'm not sure, it's not going to, and then recreate, not change our personality and continue to create that same reality over and over again. And now everyone's not the same. Every calcification is not the same. Sometimes you get really, really thick calcium buildup. And yeah, it might take a few treatments, or it'll take the combination of the non-surgical and the Cellsonic, or the Cellsonic non-surgical, then
And the
Cellsonic
Merigen.
again.
And the Merigen.
And the Merigen for sure. Right.
Yes.
But every person is different. And as I've heard you say a million times, we have to become the investigators and get to know the personality of the client and then help them emotionally start releasing all those belief systems that keep them trapped in the pain, as well as physically.
The biggest illness that most people have is victimitis, and we are not picking on you. You don't see it. Your power was stolen. If anything, get angry, get over it, and get it back.
Yeah. Just this weekend, I was having a conversation and, the person was saying to me, well, I don't understand. You're saying to me that that person chose cancer. And I'm like, no, I'm not saying they chose cancer.
Their
I'm
beliefs
saying
chose the cancer.
that by the choices they made, whether to stay or to go or to fight or not fight, all those choices led them to that result. And when you can take ownership and go, okay, I created this, and realize that, I created it, but I don't like what I created. Well, let's just recreate. We are that powerful. Let's
And
just go back.
Shalou, if I could say something, I don't mean to cut you off and I'm not trying to, but I want everybody to get it. You created the cancer on a subconscious level. My God, you don't realize you went to a Rothschild school for at least 12 years where you were belittled, you were limited, you believed you didn't have value, you believed you didn't fit in, you're still trying to fit in, you're getting done in unless you go within. And that's the deal. Shalou?
And, that's the fantastic part that, when you come to a practitioner on this platform, we're not just looking at symptom management. And we're not just looking at, just the physical. We look at the emotional, we look at the nutritional, as well as the physical. We're looking at all aspects, and we want to help present to you the best options so that you can heal quicker, so that you can make the changes that you need to make. But it takes a lot of commitment from you. And that's what, the ones that heal themselves really quickly are the ones that commit to their own healing. We can present with all the options. And I'm telling you, every practitioner on here that has a Powerpack, that has the Cellsonic, has the MedBed, we've got all the tools along with all the amazing nutraceuticals that we offer that are backed by the Indigenous community and that are 100% natural. That will help you. There's zero, it's not like, you take this and you get this side effect. No, it's not like that at all.
And if I can say something, one last thing, it's really important. You got to get this. You're either going to honor your family beliefs or you're going to honor yourself. And there is the pin right there. You're either going to honor the family beliefs and keep going, and it's killing you, or you're going to honor yourself and allow your family to have tantrums when you start drinking, thinking, and eating differently, because right away the subconscious in them is going, he's leaving us. He thinks she's better than us. What is she doing? Has she joined a cult? Oh yeah, that's that whack job, Dr. Wolf. Let me tell you something right now. I am a whack job because I don't fit in. But let me tell you, if you want to fit in, you're going to get done in. Because the majority of the population is what they're after. They're after the low-hanging fruit. Who's going to be the hero of your family? Shalou, you had to be the hero of yours.
Oh, well, honestly, I was, as I've said before, I was trying to save my parents. And I realized just how much I needed to be saved. And then when I saved myself and got to that place of going, no, I need to make the decisions for me. Honestly, I thought I'd come back to my family. There's 5 of us in this house. And I thought the other 4 would say I'm a whack job. Because all of a sudden, all the things that were allowed, all the things, all the conveniences and all the, oh my God, the junk food, I can't even start with all the junk food and the pop and the chips that was always coming in this house, right? And I came back and I'm like, yeah, no more, we're not doing that. And I just lovingly held the line.
And then you got to see all the drug addicts in your house.
Yeah, well, exactly. The doorbell wouldn't even ring because now they tell you on the app that Skip or Uber has dropped something off, right? I just hear the door open and I'm like, boys, no, we're not doing this, right? And guess what? Over time, they do come along. Like, I can't believe that the whole change in it's not like we never eat out, but it's very little. And we all take the time to really nourish ourselves now instead of just fill ourselves. There's always fresh juices. Thanks. I got a juicer, so there's always fresh juices in the fridge, a lot more salads, right? I'm going to say it. Daryl, you were right. I do not cook curry as much anymore. We don't do the wrong food combining. And guess what? There's a lot less burps and farts in the house. I'm sorry. Maybe this is not appropriate for the show.
No, it's true. It's
So
true. I
much
mean,
better.
the only really true pandemic that's going on is called gas ass. That's it.
You can walk into the bathroom and not feel like a bomb went off after everyone's used it. It's great. It's really great.
All right, so tell people where you're from. Tell them where you're from and what you're up to. Okay?
Well, I'm in Barrie, Ontario, and I have a home clinic, and I've got lots of energy medicines here. If you want to just come check it out, if you're in the area, you can call me 705-828-2257. If you just want to come check the clinic out, not a problem, right? If you want a consultation or want to check out my website, you can check that out at lotuslife.health. And you can even email me, shalu@lotuslife.health. I would absolutely love to, help you on your healing journey, because honestly, we are blessed enough to have the tools so that we can present to you the different options in which you can then take the power back into your own healing and live your best life.
Thank you, Shalu. Have the best day of your life, girl.
Thank you. I'm going to skip out because my sister just got surprise engaged today. So I'm going to go, but thank you so much for having me on. Lots of love.
Bye, love. All right, let's do puddle jumping, and let's go all the way to Australia and bring Tora on. Hi, Tora.
Hello everybody, you beautiful brave hearts out there. I'm Tora from Down Under and bringing the thunder. And I'm very, very excited because I'm the host again this year of the incredible life-changing, life-saving certifications in August, taking place in August in Coffs Harbour. So Coffs Harbour is on the east coast of Australia between Sydney and Brisbane, and it's very easy to fly into there. And we are having all the courses again. And I have secured a beautiful little resort called Sanctuary Resort, where the training hall, the training facility will be, and we also have accommodation. And, this beautiful conversation, which I've just been listening to with Daryl and Shalu, we live in such an interesting time. There's so much information out there, but our ability to actually connect to our bodies, and I heard this really interesting thing actually yesterday about, the difference between intellect and intelligence. And intellect is all the stuff that we are indoctrinated in, that we give our control away. We give our control away to our teachers, to the medical system, being told from the outside in what to do. And when we are in our head, we are completely disconnected from our heart and actually tuning into the healing intelligence of what our body innately has. Our body wants to be healthy and vital, and, it gives us signs all the time. But because we're so infatuated on, the answers coming from the inside, from when we're very little, we're at school and we're told not to dream, not to daydream, and we're, told constantly who to be and how to behave, we lose this divine intelligence. And by connecting with that and becoming our own practitioner and our own healer, and realizing that healing is an inside job. And I am a New World practitioner, and I also have the full suite of the incredible energy medicine, the Powerpack Healing, and all the other things, working with clients. And as Dr. Wolf said, that, we run this victimizing sort of victimitis mindset. And I've noticed a pattern lately of my clients that, are in severe difficulty. When I investigate and go back to actually look at the root cause, where these belief systems started, very often it's actually from early childhood. And I find that fascinating. So we're dealing with very serious autoimmune conditions in our 60s and 70s and sometimes even 80s. But when we become the inspector and we become very curious and go back, realizing that it's actually coming from a very, very early age, often from 0 to 7, when we are sponges and our nervous system is completely open and conditioned to our environment. And so as practitioners, what we really do is take our clients on this journey of creating a perfect day on an emotional, physical, and spiritual level. And this amazing energy medicine really allows us to correct and to activate and to create incredible elements of healing to really get, unblock the congestion and get the vitality back into the cell. But then what's so important to actually address the mindset, to address our beliefs. And we do that by creating the perfect day. And we say that, 1%, improving 1% every day. And that is realistic. And that change over 100 days is absolutely massive. And I have 2 beautiful practices. I have a practice at the beach, and I also have a practice at the farm. And
What
I
beach?
run retreats.
What beach is it, love?
It's Valor Beach, which is just down the road from Coffs Harbour. And in my practice, I have the opportunity to work with clients over, often 7 days. And I can see when they arrive, their life force, their vitality is very, very low. The way they even walk, hunching, and their heart is very closed. And then over distance and time, over these 7 days, we really, from the minute they rise to when they close their eyes, I support them in a very loving way. And, over such short amount of time, and imagine if we, then embark on this healing journey over 3, 6, 12 months, incredible healing potential can happen. And, these courses which we are holding in August, for those of you who feel that you have a calling, but you also know that you are ready for deep healing and becoming your own practitioner, I can highly recommend that you take part in this training. And what we really do is we invite you to come on a journey to really look at what is your chokehold. What is the thing that you're doing on repeat that is giving you the same result? And in the Whole Life Coach, Dr. Wolf will lovingly, and sometimes not so lovingly, invite you to really look at, cracking your coconut and gently learning to drink the juice, to crack it from the inside out. And it's this, this beauty, this wisdom, this divine intelligence, this healing intelligence that is within all of us. And, it's like this, it's like an awakening. I experienced it as an awakening, and seeing the beautiful souls who traveled with us last year. We had 30 practitioners participate in the training. And I can tell you the transformation from when they came
Well, they weren't practitioners. Most of them were lay people that became practitioners. And a lot of them came just to get the Whole Life Coach because they couldn't handle life anymore, to find out that it was their calling.
Doc, we can't hear you as well.
Rafa, they cannot hear me.
That's better.
Exactly right. So it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what walk of life you are. If you are a mother, or if you're a nurse, or if you're, it's really about, connecting with your purpose and your passion, and really allowing yourself on this incredible discovery journey. It's a journey, it's a healing journey, an activation journey to become your authentic self. And it's, over such a short amount of time. So the courses this year, so Dr. Wolf and the team of master trainers are coming from the first course, the Whole Life Coach, is the 7th to the 15th of August in Coffs Harbour. And it's a 9-day course. There is a day in the middle. Then Dr. Sage Wolf will be doing the Wolf non-surgical training from the 17th of August to the 28th of August. And we will be doing the women's health and disease prevention which is an amazing, amazing 3-day masterclass. And the beautiful Lorraine, who will be speaking in a moment, will be taking that. And it's really connecting with your divine feminine, your ovarian and pelvis. It's really our powerhouse as women. And when we understand intimately how we can really nourish ourselves on that level, we can really create incredible healing. And that's going to be taking place from the 30th of August to the 1st of September. So also Dr. Wolf will be doing a myriad of talks starting on the 13th of July in Melbourne, right through. We're going to go 2 in Melbourne, 1 in Sydney, Brisbane, Byron Bay, Coffs Harbour. So for all of those things, please have a look at phnuniversity.com. It's very simple. If you click onto Australia, you will see the certifications and the trainings. You can sign up under those, and also for the free lectures. And I highly recommend, I think we are filling quite fast, so please jump on if this speaks to you, and have a look. And if you have any questions, you can call me on 041 399 3493. And also, if you would like to work with me and book a consultation or come and experience the amazing Powerpack Healing, please reach out to me as well.
Thank you, Tora. And Tora, are you okay for tomorrow at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time to do our personal treatment and training show, everyone? Me and Tora do personal treatment and trainings. I do them here in Ixtapa, Mexico. We have a beautiful retreat center, just like she has one in Australia. And we're going to be talking about how people come for 7 to 21 days for trainings here or for treatments here, okay? And so is 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time?
2 o'clock Eastern is perfect, Daryl. I will talk to you half an hour before then. I'll be on then, yeah?
I'll see you then. And everybody, if you want to learn how to bring the thunder down, you come to us for 7 days or more, whether you want to come and just learn how to do the non-surgical to help your family, learn how to love and care for yourself so you can help your family on an emotional, nutritional, and physical level. This is what Tora does mostly. She doesn't do so many treatments, as she's got people coming from all over Australia and even other islands and other places in that part of the world that come to her, and they come for 7 to 21 days. You get it, because some of them are coming to be healed and to get trained. So people know that, you know what, I've never honored or respected myself. And guess what? She's created an oasis in Australia, and I've created one in Ixtapa, Mexico, Zihuatanejo, Mexico. So you need to go to check us out at dod5star.com for our personal treatment and trainings, and go to see Tora's at, where should they go, Tora?
And you can go to www.tklifestylesolutions.com and send me a message, and then we will discuss the perfect package. I tailored 100% exactly where you're at, where you want to be, and then we design this beautiful healing journey. Beautiful.
And tomorrow we're going to go through everything, right from the organic juices, okay, to everything that we offer, and how we have a few different packages, but then even from those packages, you get to create everything. You get to be the one who say, I want this, I want that. We're there to serve and to help you get the desires that you deserve. Thank you, Tora, and I hope you have the best day of your life.
Thank you, beautiful brave hearts, and to you also. Thank you.
We'll see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for personal treatment and training. All right? Bye now. All right, let's come back to Canada. Okay, let's have Lorraine. Would you like to come on?
Sure. So I'm Lorraine, and I'm here in Calgary, Alberta, and I have the Cellsonic right here. We are doing the Wolf Non-Surgical along with the Cellsonic. We offer consultations on perfect day consultation, a nutritional consultation, an emotional consultation, water fast consultation, and a pelvic consultation. So we've got a lot going on here. And we are also hosting Dr. Wolf. He's coming and doing the lecture Reverse the Irreversible on April the 10th here in Calgary. And then on April the 13th, which is a Saturday, he's going to do a day with the doc. And both of these are by donation. So you can come with your $5 or whatever you decide donation, and all the 100% of the donations are going to Gems for Gem, which is a charity here in Calgary for women who have been in abusive situations. So everything from getting them, giving them the money so that they can get relocated, supplying them with food vouchers, birthday parties for their children, and even scholarships for the women so that they can get their feet back on the ground. So the charity is well worth it. It's amazing. As far as the Cellsonic and the non-surgical goes, I had a lady show up just this week, and she had osteoarthritis, and her biggest complaint was her big toe on her left foot. And so I did a little bit of just, feeling out the area to see while I could visually see where we needed to do the Cellsonic anyways. So I did some Cellsonic around it, about 100 pulses, went in and did the non-surgical, and I did the whole foot, not just the toe. And then I did a little bit more Cellsonic, just 50 pulses, just to kind of bring that healing energy back to the area. And I got a phone call from her the other day saying that, oh my gosh, the pain is gone. Now, she said she doesn't have the flexibility yet, but the pain is gone. And when we were done the treatment, we both looked, and the amount of calcification around that knuckle on the big toe was down significantly.
Like what percentage? What percentage? Go ahead and tell people.
I'm
They won't believe you.
I'm gonna say 50, 60% easily.
I hope you're getting this, everybody, because energy is the key. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. Guess what? We're going to have to go in. We're going to have to cut that tumor out. You don't have to believe this if you don't want, but we'll see fibroid tumors the size of an orange, and we'll Cellsonic them, and then we'll do non-surgical to map out the area. We'll do Cellsonic, and we'll do it at a higher pulse rate. And then we'll do the non-surgical, then we'll do a few pulses after we're finished, and we can bring that thing down, minimum 30, but up to 60%. And understand something, whether you want to believe it or not, you are storing so much issues in your tissues, and this is why we learn how to work with you on all levels. Go ahead, Lorraine, please.
Well, it's so gratifying for me to be able to see how well this works. It's miracle. It's creating miracles for people. Our body hasn't forgotten how to heal. It knows how to heal. We have forgotten that the body can heal. And
we were taught to forget.
We were taught to forget.
Yeah, let's say it correctly. We didn't forget anything. We were programmed to forget and attack ourselves and believe that there are diseases, and they're not. We're out of alignment with our true nature, which is being a God-given light energy, electrical, magnetic, self-healing being.
Yeah. And it's my pleasure to be able to do this work, and to watch people grow and to watch people get healthy. I've experienced it myself, and going from where I was 4 years ago, 5 years ago, whatever it was, to where I am now, you would not recognize me. I'm a totally different person. Every cell in our body has a lifespan, and in 7 years, our entire body is brand new. So if we can do some changes, while those cells are growing and before they die off and get replicated. That's where the magic happens, because we're enhancing the health of the cells, and then the one that replicates the one that's dying.
Don't take dysfunctional programs with you.
Exactly. Exactly. So when we get people on board, we like to do a consultation too, because that allows them to start nourishing the body and raising the body's vibration just by what they're bringing in, and the information that they're starting to learn about how the body works. Because again, we've been ruled, schooled, and fooled to believe we've got to go elsewhere to find our health. And we don't. We have to go inward. We've got to be willing to do that inward work. I counsel people all over the world, and the ones who actually do all 4 pillars of the perfect day. So that's the diet, that's the nutraceuticals, that's the exercises, and that is the Braveheart emotional work. And the one that is the most powerful is the Braveheart emotional work. When we can do that Braveheart emotional work and really crack that coconut from the inside out, that's when I see the beyond Thunderdome results that we get. It is so amazing to watch people change.
And just know this, everyone, that if you want to get a consult from Lorraine, you can go to docofdetox.com and go there, and you can see other practitioners as well. But you're never going to go wrong by having Lorraine build your perfect day, and it's only $150, and we're going to support you for life. It doesn't matter how often you call. If you can't get Lorraine, you'll call me at 469-861-8884, and that's on WhatsApp or USA Direct, or call me on extension 5 on the 800 number and pay nothing. The reality is what are you worth? Lorraine?
Well, it's true. We've got to all figure out what we're worth, and that there lies the problem. I spoke with a lady that I did a consult on a couple of years ago, and she is actually coming to see me here. But I asked her how much of the Perfect Day protocol had she incorporated, and it was a big 0. So we're starting from square one again. But
it's hard to come off the nipple, and that means stand on your own and do what's good for you, not just for your family.
Exactly. But she reached out, and I just so want to be able to help as many people as I can. I want to be able to plant those seeds and hopefully see them flourish and come back to life. Even the lady that I worked on with the osteoarthritis, and we just worked on her foot, her toe. When you've got chronic pain, even if it is small, it wears you down. So whether it's on a physical or emotional level, it doesn't matter. It's chronic. And we've got to be able to hold the line for ourselves and raise that vibration. And we ask people to do 1% a day. Just Tora mentioned it, 1% a day. If you can change 1%, that's good. That's great. And then tomorrow, another percent. In 100 days, you've got it. You've made the changes, and your body is saying, OMG, I feel like I've got so much more energy, that the vibration has gotten so high. I'm sleeping well. I'm not worried. The nutraceuticals that we carry are above anything that I've ever seen anywhere, and they work. And they work because they are natural and they are high vibrational. That's why they're called nutraceuticals. They're another way to quickly raise the body's vibration. Everything is about vibration. So we've got to teach people how they can take those baby steps and keep raising the bar and raising the bar and raising the bar until they are at a place of health and being strong and holding the line for themselves first, and then bringing on the family, or at least planting the seeds for the family, because sometimes they're not aboard either. So I'm here in Calgary, and you can reach me at 403-605-9216. If you are interested in Wolf Non-Surgical or consultation, the Cell Sonic, and you know what? I can come to you. If you have a clinic or you are a sports facility where there's, you've got your team and everybody's got a few aches and pains that they want to get rid of.
Or they have a problem that benched them, you won't be benched.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Give me a call. I've got a vehicle. I can figure out how to get to your place and we can make this happen. So you don't have to be in the Calgary area, but if you are, give me a call. And if you're interested in coming to the lecture in April, give me a call. Or the day at the doc, a day with the doc. Give me a call. And my number again is 403-605-9216.
And also, everyone, Lorraine is also planning to have a Braveheart Healing Circle coming up, and also doing a pelvic course coming up in Calgary. So you might want to ring her bell and tell her to figure those dates out, okay? Annie says, yes, Lorraine, you're right. Your big change, of course, the outside was beautiful, but more importantly, all the inside that you would notice the most. You are inspiration for so many and shining your light. The emotional is the hardest, but I do believe I will get there. So excited to be attending the Braveheart Health and Healing Circle with Shalou this weekend. That's in Barrie, Ontario, and I'm not sure if you want to go. She might have a space left and she may not. You might want to check that out, everyone, if you want to call Shalou. Thank you, Lorraine. Is there anything else?
I think that's it.
All right.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, love.
Yeah.
And just know this, everybody, I will be back tomorrow and I will be taking your questions and answering the ones we couldn't today. And I will be doing a Doc Talk live tomorrow, and then I'll be doing Real Practitioner's Corner with Tora, talking about why personal treatment and trainings are the world's most powerful healing and training for people, for families, for groups, for couples. And we'll show you all the different ones that we do. Okay, so let's keep on heading east, won't we? Magdalena?
Hello, beautiful friends. How are you? Thank you for coming to this informative and wonderful show where we can learn so much about our health. My name is Magdalena. My practice is in Toronto. I'll give you my number if you would like to get a cell sonic treatment. My phone number is 416-669-9351. And my website is torontohealthandhealing.com. So, Daryl, I want to tell you about this treatment that I did in a gentleman. What happened, he was playing with the son, he was jumping, and then he hurt the knee. So I did a treatment in this cell sonic treatment in the knee, and he was in so much pain. After the treatment, he was like, wow, I have no pain. So he was feeling great afterwards.
Well, just know this, and you know this already, Magdalena, that all the other therapists out there are trying to attempt the same thing. But it's all about electrical frequencies. It's all about vibration. And we're putting in the most powerful healing, restorative vibration of any energy medicine. Nothing can touch it. And people don't believe it. One treatment, they go, oh my God. Well, it's just reprogramming the hurt, damaged, emotionally physical cells. Now they're damaged. They got damaged, they got traumatized by the injury, physically and emotionally. Cells have the same, they have a brain, they have a spine, they have feelings, they have a spleen, they have everything that the human body has. And we went in and reprogrammed it, and it's all about electrical energy.
That's correct. Yes, we are an electrical, magnetical, spiritual human being.
Yes. Did you do any non-surgical or just the cell sonic?
Yeah, I chose the Selsonic because he had previously a non-surgical,
Yes.
so he was just ready for the Selsonic.
I get it. Well, it's enough to shut it down. People don't understand that a cell sonic will actually shut down stage 4 inflammation, which is cancer. And I didn't say it will cure cancer, so don't anybody misinterpret, because the only cure is if you can perfect a perfect day on an emotional, physical, and spirit level, and you were to repeat that every day, then you've nailed it. You've nailed it. Don't understand, we don't cure anyone. We restore what's missing. What's missing from people is the circulation because of calcification, scar tissue formation, crystallization, and the electrical current is so low. That's why people have to do parasite cleanse all the time, fungal cleanses, heavy metal cleanses, because their body is a magnet to all this stuff. Until you change your frequency, you'll have to do the cleansing. You change your frequency, you don't have to do the cleansing. Somebody said to me, well, do you do the ultimate coffee enema, Dr. Wolf? I go, no. They go, do you do advanced water fasting anymore? I go, no. I live it. I do advanced water fasting every day. Okay, I fast right from morning until night. I don't eat until night. Some days I might do a blender drink. I didn't do one today. Today I just did juices, but yesterday I just did water all day with Ormus minerals and Marigen, and I didn't do anything else. The reality is, what people don't realize is that one of the worst forms of trying to get energy is through eating, and especially the majority, because they're eating foods that steal energy, don't give it. You think I'm kidding? Then why are we in this shape? Magdalena?
Yeah, you're right. With advanced water fasting, I did it the first time that I did it before in February.
Yes.
I can't believe it resets my metabolism, and now I feel great. Like it healed my body, and my metabolism changed. It's just like how can
You reset it. You reset it.
Yes.
Yeah, because
Wow,
an advanced
it was
water
like yes.
an advanced water fast will create more autophagy, more stem cells than anything known to man. And I'm telling you, if you do a 6-day advanced water fast, that'll be comparison to a $100,000 payment to have stem cell therapy. And that's the truth. And when you do a 6-day advanced water fast, you're also not just physically detoxifying, you're emotionally detoxifying. Because understand something, the low vibrational thoughts, programs, they have to go too. As you bring up your vibration, everything below that gets kicked out.
That's right. So,
So if anybody wants a consultation or Wolf Non-Surgical or Cell Sonic, where do they call?
yeah, they can call me at 416-669-9351. I'm in Toronto. My name is Magdalena Arcos, and
your
you can call me
website again?
anytime. My website is torontohealthandhealing.com.
Thank you, sweetie.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day, everybody.
You too, love. All right, let's go on to Kathy. Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Daryl. Bye, Magdalena. It's great to see.
Bye.
I'm just so revitalized listening to everybody here because it's beautiful faces that we've spent time in a classroom together, and just love hearing everybody and their adventures with the beautiful Cellsonic. And we have our cardio bed in the house here. I wish we could take it with us on the road, but as Shalou was saying earlier, we went to Montreal last weekend, not this past weekend, but the weekend before. But even before that weekend, my husband and I, we went that way as well to visit two beautiful ladies, and I treated them. And then the weekend after, when I was with Shalou and our traveling Cellsonic, I treated them again. And I was very pleased to see that the area on one of the ladies' backs, I noticed, I asked her, you know, she was actually coming to me because of shoulder issues, and then happened to mention something about her lower back. So I thought, okay, it sounds like you need, and I recommended to her, and she took me up on it, a spine treatment, and then down to the SI joints and the sacrum. And I noticed that the area was being favored. And I noticed that it was inflamed, and it looked like it was raised. So we gave the spine a treatment, and the SI joints and the sacrum. Fast forward, see them again last weekend, and I noticed, and I said to her, I said, you know, I really, this looks lower, like this has resolved a lot of issues already, and she still felt a little bit. So we did a few more pulses and resolved that issue. I'm anxious to hear, because I'll be seeing her again, I think this weekend, and then dealt with her shoulder and whatnot. So it's very gratifying to see people that are getting the treatments on the road, that we're able to pack this up and take it to people who otherwise can't get to our area. So we are, you know, looking for anybody else that would like us to be in their area. We're looking at going to Windsor and also the London area. We are going to go back to Montreal at some point in April as well, because when we were there was 2 lectures, one on the Saturday and one on the Sunday last week. And as Shalou was saying, there was quite a number of ladies and gentlemen in the audience, and it just creates more questions as you get into the lectures, and you're not advising, you're explaining all the benefits of our treatments, whether it be the Wolf non-surgical or the Cellsonic, or even come to Barry for the cardio bed, because, you know, so many of them were looking forward to hearing more about that. As people are sitting in these halls and listening to the lectures, it creates more questions. So it was very gratifying to hear all the questions that were coming at us after we had been explaining things that they had never heard before. And it was just marvelous, just coming out with all these, the clapper, the belly button. We took all the nutraceuticals with us too. So it was very interesting to see that now there's more of a need for these lectures to get people together and go along that avenue as well as getting into the Airbnb, where people would come to us. So it was a real busy time on these road trips. This past weekend was quite busy. So if anybody's interested in us coming to your area, give us a shout, because we'll piece together a roadmap where we can come to your area and not just do Cellsonic treatments and Wolf non-surgical, but we could do the lectures as well. If you have a bunch of people that you know that would like to hear a little bit more about all this, we're willing to branch any idea that you would like to have out there. So recently in my clinic here, I had a young athlete come to see me that she had quite a bad fall a number of years ago. So this is an old injury a number of years ago, and she couldn't perform properly. It was a strain. So I said, okay, let's get you on the table here and see what we can do. You did a little bit of mapping out with the non-surgical, and a few pulses along her rib cage, because she fell on her ribs. She didn't break them, but interestingly enough, she went down with such a force that the rib cage had moved. So these ribs needed to be Cellsonic, but it also affected the ribs where they come in like this, and it created a little hump in her rib cage. So fast forward a couple years later, I'm looking at this thinking, okay, we need to do the ribs. We need to do this area here. I think it was her floating rib just before the adjoining area here. So the Cellsonic, a few pulses on a few hundred pulses on the one side, and then another several hundred on the front rib area. Do you know, after 2 sessions, she still has to go through one more, 2 sessions, and she says she's finally getting a good night's sleep. It's helping her get to the sleep that she was having before the accident. So for a number of years, she's been dealing with this, and just the introduction to the Cellsonic was a godsend to her, because it was able to get the ribs moving back where they need to be. Even though it wasn't a break, it was a jolt as much as getting it out of alignment. So it was able to resolve that issue for her. So, and again, with athletes, another young fella came to me who's a law enforcement officer, and he had to do, you know, the calisthenics they have to do to get better training and whatnot. He came to me on the advice of a friend that I treated his adductor muscle down around his knee. And you know, 2 treatments later, he hasn't had to come back. And this is what we were looking for. We want to help people get to the point where he can now do the calisthenics, that he can now do the exercises that he needs to do for his training to do the job. So he was very pleased that this resolved his issue as well. So pleased to see that athletes can get back out there. People can get out there and do their jobs again. People want to come hear the lectures. So we're willing to go on the road. You come to us. If you're ever in the Barrie area or want to take the drive, where I'm in Barrie, Ontario here as well. And my clinic's name is Advanced Healing. And my website is advancedhealing.ca. Check me out there. There's a lot of things on the different tabs there to learn what we have in our clinic, what services we offer. And you can email me at info@advancedhealing.ca. My number is 705-715-8716. And let's see what we can do for you, whether it be a consultation of any sort, emotional, nutritional, and let's get you back on track, because that's what we're here for. This wonderful machinery, it's phenomenal. I just can't praise it enough, and I'm so grateful and thankful that it's in our home and in our clinic. Let's see what we can do for you. Again, it's Kathy Edward, and you can reach me at 705-715-8716. Would love to hear from you.
Thank you, Kathy. And
Thanks,
everybody, just know this, that if you didn't write the phone number or you forget where they are, then what I'd like you to do is just go to bhnpowerpack.com. bhnpowerpack.com. You'll see everyone that owns a cardio bed or Cellsonic is up there, all their information to contact them. Okay? All right, let's head down south, won't we? Okay, let's go down south and talk to Cheryl.
Hi, Daryl.
Hi, Cheryl.
My name is Cheryl Serta. Welcome to Health and Vitality Engaged. We are located in Northern California, about 60 miles north of San Francisco, in a town called Occidental. It is an absolutely beautiful town, about 2 miles from the ocean, and we're surrounded by redwoods. As I listen to the women talking and I hear the passion in their voice, is because it really does. It's an energizing, exciting modality of healing that we are excited to bring to everybody. And here at our clinic, we do the Perfect Day consultations. We have Wolf Non-Surgical. We also have the Cellsonic, and we have the Cardio Med Bed. And we also work on your furry little friends. So I work on my own animal, and I'm happy to work with yours. So when people call me, because I realize that in the United States, I am the only Powerpack physician in the Western United States, that while you're waiting to get to me, call and do a Zoom call for a perfect day consultation. Start taking action so that you can prepare your body to have an even better experience when you do get to see me. And it is an amazing consultation. You get to see all the ways that you are self-loving and or self-sabotaging. And a lot of times it's so unconscious that we don't even realize until somebody is talking to us and helping us to see it. I see people all the time that come to me and they wait sometimes 4 and 5 years. They have these chronic injuries that have happened, and we are programmed in our minds to power through pain. We're supposed to power through, and we're supposed to put everybody else first. This has to stop, because we need to self-love and take 100% personal accountability for our own healing. And part of coming to see us as these wonderful practitioners is that we're going to help and encourage you to help yourself. I mean, when I have someone come to me, they're always so excited and surprised, like I hear all these other women talking about how fast the healing can happen in your body. I had a gentleman come in who is a landscaper, and so he's always lifting very heavy bags of soil or rocks or things like that, and he can keep injuring his lower back over and over to the point where then he can't finally work. And then they come see me. And so in one session, doing Cell Sonic on his lower back, and I think for some reason I'm frozen. I don't know if that's me or not. Anyway, they get to, Daryl, can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear, and we love the way you froze.
Okay. All right. Something froze. So anyway, after Cell Sonic and doing the lower back Wolf non-surgical, he was completely pain-free. It was that quick. You do not have to wait. You don't have to power through pain. You can come and get that relief and learn in the interim how to take better care, how to reduce that inflammation, how to do better, exercises to help keep yourself flexible. One of the other things that he got while he was here, he goes, my hand really hurts. My hands have really been hurting. And I'm thinking, of course, you've been spending time with the shears and the tools. So we did the Wolf non-surgical, but first we did Cell Sonic on his hands and his wrist, and then did a Wolf non-surgical on the hand and the wrist area. And he went from this to like this. He just could not believe how much flexibility he had after just one treatment. So one of the things I also want to say, because I realize that I'm covering a lot of states, not just California. I have a remote location in Nevada City, which is in it's up in the mountains close to Tahoe. It's close to Reno. So if someone coming from Nevada or that area and they want to see me, all you have to do is call, and then I will schedule time where I can get there and see enough people at once. I will also be taking a road trip to Southern California in April. So I need people to call me that are interested in getting to see me, because I get a lot of calls from Southern California. So you can reach me at 707-322-1979. Please email me, which is healthandvitalityengaged@gmail.com, or go to my website, healthandvitalityengaged.com. You can actually sign up for my newsletters, which will give you lots of information whenever you need it. I do one-a-days on Instagram and Facebook. So I'm really putting a lot of effort into educating people to understand that there is a way that you can have a completely vibrant, pain-free life. I have one more small story to tell. So I have people that now call me before they go to the doctor, which I love. And she said, my doctor says she wants to burn off my precancerous cells on my face. And so I said to her, I'd like to have an opportunity to help you see that in order for your skin to be the last place your body is getting rid of toxins, that we need to heal you from the inside out. Yes, we can do Cell Sonic on these areas, and we can help break it up, the scar tissue and inflammation. But let's actually get you into a better place where you're no longer creating these pre-inflammation cells that are on your body, because this is just you asking you to take massive attention. That's what pain is. Pain says, hey, hello, look at me. I need some help here. You need to get going, get onto that, what I call the health train. And I love spring. Spring is coming. Something happens inside of us every time winter ends and spring comes, where we get energized and we know we want something new in our lives and we want absolute change. So I encourage you, call me, make that change. 707-322-1979, or go to my website, healthandvitalityengage.com. Sign up for a perfect day consultation. Come and see me. If you're in Southern California, let me know. If you're up in Northern California in the mountains, or you're close to Nevada, let me know, because we are that passionate about the work we do. And we want you to get that excited about living your best life. So
Thank you,
Cheryl.
Cheryl. Thank you so much. And I really mean that. You're great. You really are. Okay, so let's go to Debbie.
Hi, Doc. Hi, everybody. My name is Debbie, and I'm here in Stuart, Florida. And my clinic is Stuart Health and Healing. And you can check out our website at stuarthealthandhealing.com. And if you want to reach out to me, my phone number is 305-342-9559. Right now, we're getting ready to host Dr. Darrow and Dr. Sage for the month of June, because we're going to host a whole life coach and a WOOF non-surgical along with the pelvic masterclass here. And that's very exciting time. So here in South Florida, the month of June, it's going to be a great time. We're going to be hosting some lectures also with Dr. Wolf on May 29th, and along a day with the doc on June 2nd. Dr. Sage will have a lecture on June 12th, and the pelvic restoration lecture will be on June 25th. So I know there's a lot of people, they're thinking about it, and we're already into March. So it is time to really jump on that bandwagon and go ahead and let's get signed up. Let's commit to this. Let's take that little bit of fear, as Doc says, and just make it happen, because it is time to become your own practitioner. It's important. I was talking to someone who called me this morning and asked me some questions, and was wondering what she would get out of the class. And my answer is this: I've done 5 classes with Dr. Wolf and Dr. Sage Wolf, and I have not heard one person out of any of those classes ever say anything but wow. It is wow what they learned through both classes, whether you take one or the other or both. It is, they just learn so much, and there are no complaints. It is an amazing time to become your own practitioner, your family, to help your family heal, to help yourself heal. It's life-changing. So it's time to take that step and make it happen, because it's so important right now in these times. We want to become that person that knows why we're sick and what to do when we get sick, and why we have this pain and what we can do to reverse that pain. This past weekend, I went to a little reunion. I am a retired fire captain, and they had a little thing at my station that I was at for a long time. So there was about 50 of us, 50 retired firefighters and fire captains and whatever. But I 90% of the people that were there were aging, and not very gracefully. Pain. I gave out probably 20, 30 cards and, pain in the shoulder, pain in the back, just everything from head to toe, what people go through. And they're in the medical system. One of the girls was there, and she had back pain. She was telling me that she was actually trying to blow dry her hair and having to stand with her legs spread apart to be comfortable enough that she could actually stand there to blow dry her hair. And she's only in her 50s. And when you think of aging, and we're kind of brainwashed and taught that that's the way we have to age, it is definitely not the way we have to age. We have to by taking control of your life and taking that massive personal action, you can age very gracefully and with no pain at all. I pulled her aside and did a 15-minute treatment on her low back, and she was wowed. She said, "Oh my gosh, my pain is gone." She needs a full treatment. Her whole pelvic is pretty frozen, but she got some relief, just in the low back area. And that was even without the Cellsonic. So that was just the Wolf non-surgical. So for people that have any question about taking the classes, the whole life or the non-surgical, it changes your life just in 15 minutes, what you can do to help others. So the whole life coach is going to be from June 5th through the 13th. The non-surgical class will be from June 15th through the 26th. And the master class, the pelvic master class, will be June 28th through the 30th. Also, this past week, I did have a client, and she had come in. She had gone to have some tests done, and she found out that her neck had the bulging disc, like C3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And she also had a pretty big hump, right in the back, where you'll see right in this upper area on your C7, you'll see a lot of older people. She was, I think, 71. So this was her third treatment this week. And this pain that she had been dealing with caused her excruciating pain all the way down the right shoulder into her elbow and into her hand, all the way down. And she's been living with this. And it's basically coming from her neck and the bulging disc. There's a lot of calcification that has occurred, where when she gets the test, it's all, they tell her bulging disc. It's not, it's all calcification, it's scar tissue, it's crystallization. And we've done Cellsonic treatments on her, and she is a trooper, because the Cellsonic goes in there and breaks it down. And then I come behind with the non-surgical. And this third time was beautiful. I just talked to her yesterday, and she says almost completely no pain or anything, a little tiny area in the elbow. So she's now sleeping better. She's, functioning better. And if she just would go to the medical system, they would just want to put a nerve block, they would put it in her neck and just block the pain, never solving the issue that is in her tissues, which is all the calcification that is in her neck. So she was great. At 71 years old, she really let me in there to break it apart. She was a trooper, and she knows that the results are coming. And after the third treatment, the actual hump that she had over the C7 was reduced, I would say about 85 to 90%. I mean, barely noticeable anymore, just after 3 treatments. So it is wonderful. It is a great tool to add to the non-surgical. And when we use these things together, people just have such great response to this. And it's just every week, just a different story. We can go on and on about all the people that really want to be helped and take control of their life. So
thank you, Debbie. That was great. And just know that, like I said, this will be the last course in the United States this year, okay? The last course, everyone. Please don't hesitate. At least just call up, put down a deposit, save your spot. We hear the same thing over and over again. I didn't mean to miss it. People wait till the last minute all the time, don't they, Debbie?
All the time. And right now, it is so important to get your name on that list, because we're in March, and this is going to be, it's only a couple months away. So it's time to really, take that time to make the commitment and start to learn how to change your life. And it just, like I said, 5 classes, no one I have ever heard, I've never heard one peep from anybody ever say that they didn't enjoy the whole class and was not wowed by everything that they learned. It changes your life. And for those of you that are right there, just make that call, take that, take that chance, that fear, get rid of it. Just, like he says, every day, if you're not doing something that scares you a little bit, you're not living your life. So let's start living.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And I want to thank everybody for coming on today. Just know that we're back here. We come back every Tuesday. Now, why would we come back every Tuesday? Oh my God, haven't you had enough yet? Let me tell you something. They told you couldn't heal. They told you that you were too dumb to look after your own body. They told you that they had to give you a screw, a plate, mesh, rods, replace your heart, put in stents. I mean, are we done yet? All right. Are we done yet? Anything that the government has approval on, that have given their stamp of approval, I just love this part. Are you government approved, Dr. Wolf? No, I'm not. I never will be government approved. That means I'd have to be toxic and twisted, or I'd have to be superficial and doing not hardly any work that actually matters or changes any lives. You think I'm kidding? I'll tell you something right now. Take a look at all the naturopathic schools that are now government approved. Take a look how their trainings have changed. Look how they're writing antibiotic scripts all the time. I don't know about you, but I call that a sellout. And the reality is you can't ride two horses. And the reality is the body will heal. And if you really knew what antibiotics did, you would never take them, because they create life-threatening situations. So if you're not in one, don't let them give you one, okay? Understand something, it's a wake-up call, okay? We are New World practitioners. It is a new world we're going into. There's a lot of changes going on in the world, but if you don't learn how to master your emotions and you want to react every time you go into fear, you're gonna make really bad decisions. I want to thank everybody, though, for listening to us today. And just know you are beautiful, you are amazing, and I swear to God you are. And no matter what you think about yourself or you think that other people think about you, it's not true. You are beautiful. You just have belief systems that are messing you up. And the day that you decide that you're important enough to spend some time, or maybe even some money, or just even time to actually maybe download the Perfect Day Guide right here, Perfect Day Guide. Rafa, can you go to the big screen, please? Thank you. The Perfect Day Guide, as you can see, just go to pdgfree.com. That's all you need to do, okay? And just know this, everyone. I will be doing the tour. I don't know if I can get my slideshow. We really have to get a different system here, Rafa. I can't change my slides now. So if you could just change my slides, please. This is why I can't wait to move into my new studio, because they tell me I can't, and then I got to play with it and move it, and I don't want to do this anymore. We have to have a studio that actually works, okay? Let me see, does it work? Okay, all right, let me just find it. Oh, first of all, I just want to say this, everyone. We need your testimonials, okay? Do you know what? Do you know how many people they go and they say, look at, I don't see any testimonials on your website because I didn't believe in them. We're only going to put up real testimonials. We're not going to put up anything fake. If you've got an audio or a video, we'd love to see it. Please send it here. And just use your first name and the initial of your last name. That would be really great, okay? I would really appreciate it. I never wanted to do it, but people need it, right? But the reality is, unless it comes from you, we're not putting it up. We're not putting up testimonials from ourselves, because that's just us marketing, okay? So we'd love to have your participation, all right? And just know that every time we come on, I'll be on tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'll be on all of these, and you can send in your questions, and I will answer them to the best of my ability, and I will always tell you the truth, okay? And it's got to be logical or it's not the truth, all right? Let me see here. I want to go back if I could. Let me see. I want to show you the lectures I'm doing. Yeah, I'll be in Calgary on Wednesday, April the 10th. I'll be doing reverse the irreversible, on April the 10th, and then Saturday it's a day with the doc. And I don't know why the times you didn't put them down, but I think it's actually, this is a night lecture. This one here is 10 until 4, okay? 10 until 4 on Saturday. And then I'll be in Saskatchewan, April the 17th, and I'll be doing a night lecture. And then I'll be doing another lecture, which is a day with the doc. And that, again, will be starting from 2 until 3. 10 until 3. I'm going to get them to put all the times and other things up here and contact information for the people that are actually doing it. And then April the 24th, it's a night lecture, and it's Reverse the Irreversible. You know what? I never want to shake you up. I never want to scare you, and I never want to make you upset with me. But understand, if we don't go in there and tell the truth or stir it up a little bit, nothing changes. And understand the human brain was programmed to work against us, because any prominent dominant belief that you have, even if it's killing you, you don't know how to get rid of it. And that's the God's truth. You don't know that you're abusing yourself and your family. Isn't that something? People can't see their own personality. So if you don't want to come to us for a whole life coach training, okay, then you better go to somebody that's going to help to lovingly open you up and help you, like a menu, pick from the belief systems you have and leave the other ones behind, because it is your life. You decide on how you want to live it, okay? And I want to thank everybody again. Have the best day of your life. 3, 2, 1. We got this when we come together, Bravehearts.